Hi everybody, make sure you watch to the end of this video. It's nothing major, but once I had stopped recording and I was able to stop thinking on the fly, I think I was sort of able to better articulate like why I made the changes to the deck that I have. So after this match, check the end for kind of a wrap up, synopsis, final thoughts type of thing on the deck. Hi everybody, this is going to be round 5 of our competitive league. We're 3-1, and I'm going to do my best to salvage a 4-1 performance. I feel pretty good about 4-1s, and actually, I don't even feel bad about 3-2s. Like, if I go 3-2 in a league, I feel just fine. Now, I wish I would have done better, but, I mean, if you were to just 3-2 every league forever, you'd play Magic Online forever, and you'd actually be winning 66% of your games, which I think is pretty great. So whenever I do a long run of 3-2s and occasional 4-1s, I actually just feel great about that. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna try to go 4-1. Maybe next time we'll be able to go 5-0. The 5-0s have been elusive for me since the competitive league started. Yeah, I feel like you have to get a little lucky to go 5-0. You have to dodge bad matchups, things like that. In fact, unfortunately, I 5-0'd a league the day that competitive leagues launched, so my results didn't get posted to the internet. Oh well. Anyway, we are on the play. If you want to know what I'm playing Jeskai Geist. Check the description for a link to the playlist. Watch the first video that has the deck tech. We're going to get started here. Let's see. Yes. This is kind of a slow hand, but it has a Geist. It's got too many Geists, really, but we're going to keep it. It's not a super exciting hand, but it might be something that we can work with here. Opponent looks like he's mulliganing to 6. Thinking a little while about it. Looks like he kept it. We're going to just lead with Colonnade here. Because our hand's kind of a little heavy with 3 and 4 drops and we don't know what we want. Now we do. I was going to say we're not in a super rush to like shock immediately. So let's see. We will just get this, play it tapped, play a Serum Visions here. Mana Leak could be useful, and I want to keep the Serum Visions as well. So let's see here. If we want to keep both of these, let's see. Let's do it like this. Let's put Leak on top. Maybe I should be bottoming that Leak just in favor of finding removal, which I still can do because I can just shuffle that Leak away. It depends what our opponent's turn looks like. So still Overseer can get out of hand. And we need to find a removal spell for sure. We know we have a Leak on the bottom. Let's do this. Let's just... like, I can draw the Leak, but then I will completely screw up any scrying that I get. But a Leak wouldn't be bad to counter whatever his next play is. That being said, maybe it's just flat out more important to find removal spells. So let's do this again. Let's put this Grim Lavamancer is going to be great. So let's actually go top, and then Serum Visions again. Helix is going to be good as well. So let's go. So we're going to play Grim. Let's go top. Let's cast the Helix first, and let's go ahead and play Grim Lavamancer. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. Uh, okay, let's see. How do we want to do this? I don't think we're going to give him another chance to untap. We know we have a Path to Exile on the top of our deck. So we don't want to crack this yet. And I don't really want to give him another chance to activate this. I kind of just want to shoot this. He'll sacrifice it, but we'll be able to clean up. We're going to be able to clean up anything that he does regarding... Like, if he puts a bunch of counters on a creature, we're going to be able to take care of that. That's my point. So we'll be able to kill this. We'll be able to kill this with the Helix. That's a little bit annoying. Okay, so I actually just want to go ahead and shoot this. So now what I can do is I can Helix this. He'll have to put everything on Steel Overseer, which it is going to be really big, but we do have a Path to Exile for it. So this is sort of like a very awkward way to go about this. I don't really like it, but I'm going to do it. Because we're not going to gain life off the Helix. 5, 6, so it'll go to 7, but then we get rid of it. This did not play out exactly as I planned. So we'll be at 3. I guess we need to try to gain life so we don't get Galvanic blasted out of Oblivion here. Okay, well, I guess he has another Galvanic Blast in his hand. Okay, so we're definitely going to path this. We can shoot this with Grim Lavamancer, and we can hold up Remand. So if he, like... The other option is we just put Click into play, but... I like doing it this way. I almost just want to cycle this on anything, but I'm going to let that resolve because that doesn't really do much. That I will cycle this Remand on. Let's see. Okay, so let's play this. What are we scared of? I'm kind of scared of Etch Champion. I'm going to pass, and if I have to snap Remand it, I can. That is less scary. So I think I'm actually just going to snap Remand Master of Ethereum. I can actually deal with it at some point here if I can go like Restoration Angel to blink a Snapcaster Mage. So now I want to play Geist. And I'm really tempted at this point to... I guess I can't click yet. I kind of was thinking about clicking now. But if our opponent has like a plating and he puts the plating on a Signal Pest, we'll just die. I mean, if we had... there's a chance that we just get... This better not be an Etch Chamber. Okay, that's okay. Oh, wait, but it made this thing bigger. Oh, but that's okay, because we have... That's fine. We can kill it with Grim Lavamancer. I knew that. Plating, okay. So I'd love to play Click and attack with Click and all of this stuff. But... actually, no, I just need to click and block, unfortunately, because I need to bounce the Snapcaster Mage with Restoration Angel. Let's just see what he's working with. Okay, it's another plating, that's fine. So we'll block here. Let's see, can't animate. Gonna hold. Let's see. Do I want to? Let's see. This is 6, 7, 8. So he's dead. Actually, let me think here. This is 8. If I activate this, this is 9, 10. And then if I blink Snapcaster Mage and Helix, it's 13. So it's not quite enough to... let's see, what if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? If I... Oh, I've already gone past animating. But if I had, that would have been 8, 12 with this guy, and then 14 with Lavamancer. So not really a punt there, because that doesn't win either. But I didn't take a lot of time to... do the math before I attacked. Okay, so this is going to be our attack, and I'm gonna keep Grim back in the event that I want to in the event that I need to kill something to make sure we can punch through lethal or something, which really shouldn't be a problem, assuming that everything goes according to plan here. The plating. I think the right way to do this is actually to just block with Grim Lavamancer and then blink Snapcaster Mage to kill the Master. Because the Helix doesn't get us out of Galvanic Blast range anyway. So we don't know what's in his hand. How can we die? If we just let this happen, opponent has like one more mana. We're gonna do what we said we're gonna do. Looks like our opponent might have F6'd anyway. Let's flashback this path. I don't think there's even any reason to activate Grim Lavamancer. So our opponent can still activate Opal to shoot off a Galvanic Blast, and we can just go to parity with it. Didn't? Okay, cool. So kind of managed to scrape ourselves out of that one. Okay, Engineered Explosive. So I like Pithing Needle in this matchup, actually. I like Engineered Explosives. I like the Wear Tear, the Staticaster, obviously the Stony Silence. I think the Angers are pretty good. Not that. Timely, I'm not really so sure about. Like the matchup usually... this matchup really comes down to Etch Champion, which that's one reason that I had a Kozilek's Return for instead of Anger of the Gods, because man, I'm telling you, like, if you take all of the matches that I lose to Affinity, I lose probably 80% of those losses are because I can't kill Etch Champion. It's really the defining card of the matchup. Okay, so what do we not like? These Remands aren't super great. We can probably trim on an Angel. We can definitely trim on a couple of Geist's Saint Traft. We probably don't want to... We probably don't want too many mana leaks. So there's 7. I definitely think I want all of these. Geist is a really fast clock once we stabilize, but if I had to trim one of these cards, I feel like it'd be the Geist, and I could just keep one. Alright, let's give this a shot. Maybe we'll get lucky and just have a Stony Silence in our opener, make this matchup pretty easy. Or this game, rather. Let's see. Is this too slow? I'm gonna try it. There's a chance that we draw into more removal. Again, maybe he's not running Etch Champion. Maybe he's on the Master of Ethereum plan. That's a good start, actually. So we're definitely into these two cards. Let's go top with the bolt, or top with the path, top with the bolt. What I'm going to try to set up here is play the Flooded Strand, play the Tarn, and not crack them until we can then... it's on 3 cards. Let him get a couple of attacks in, whatever, take a little bit of damage. Alright, well, we're going to lose the Anger, most likely, but we still have Grim Lavamancer, which is great. If he takes Anger, then I'm just going to actually probably... We know we're drawing Bolt. Yeah, I don't mind. I can probably get to 3 lands and then put Staticaster into play, because I want to draw the 2 removal spells on the top of our deck. If he takes Anger too, then we're just going to play Hollowed Fountain tapped. Alright, so he took Staticaster. That's probably smart. Alright, so let's just play this. I did that backwards. I should have played this because this could have just got a mountain. small mistake. All right, there's the card that we're like guaranteed to lose to. Let me think here. All right, I'm going to shuffle away the path on top of our library, actually. Yeah, this... 1, 2... Okay, so he can he can just animate this Nexus. And now it goes Granule Plating and we're dead. Let's see, we're gonna have to try to beat this champion somehow. Well, that is annoying because stops us from dying to Vendilion Click. Okay, we're dead. Excuse me. Let's try this again. Leave that the same. Every time, man. It's champion. Okay, so I think that this hand actually looks pretty swell. We're going to keep it. We're going to get Steam Vents into Serum Visions. And really, this Mana Leak, I've done this many times. This Mana Leak needs to be held. We can answer everything in his deck at some point, but what we can't answer is... I'm going to keep all of these. I'm going to put this on top and then this on top, and we'll try to conceal it. Basically, Mana Leak has to counter Edge Champion. That's the primary reason that we're keeping it into the deck, because we can defeat everything in his deck, but we can't defeat Edge Champion. I'm really not that worried about this. All right, so let's play this and just pass. That's a good card. So what we're going to really want to do here is... I'm not going to do anything about that because we can defeat that. We can beat that, rather. Let's see. So Anger kills Memnite, does not kill Inky. Let's see. He could activate, equip, and then we go 1, 2, we lose. Alternatively, we put we go ahead and play plating on 2, but then we're not holding up Mana Leak, which means we could just easily die to an Etch Champion. If we put this on 2, so let's see here. If we play explosives out on 2, if he wants to get the damage in with plating, then he can't really like develop his board and play the champion. And we would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infect, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's either 6 infect or 6 damage. I think I can live with that. See what happens. The one thing we kind of don't want to happen is for him to just say, oh, okay, well, here's my opportunity, and play Etch Champion. Then we're just, again, going to lose the game to Etch Champion because we don't really have a way to kill it. This is probably like our only way. Alright, so here we're going to play this and pass. So what we're trying to set up here is we know we're going to take a little bit of damage, but we're going to take a lot less because we're going to blow the explosives. We can't do anything about this trigger. Then next turn we're going to play Anger. Still Overseer is fine. Now that he has no cards in his hand, I think I just want to leak this and just try to kill him before he... Hope this is not a mistake, because he could top deck a champion, but I feel like we're going to anger away his board, then play Geist. We'll have him on a pretty good clock. Okay, so let's do... This, pass. All right. Imagine he's going to crack the relic. Okay, now let's do what we can to try and... I guess we have to tap a white. Shut the door on this game as fast as possible. This better not be Etch Champion. That card's like the bane of my existence. That is fine. Okay, so let's see if we bolt our opponent to 17. I don't really think we need to get that aggressive with the bolt yet, but if we did, it'd be 17, and then we're going to attack for 10. I'm sorry, yeah, 10. So he'd be at 7. Then he's dead to... Well, he's not dead to a Geist attack. It does... Let's see. Otherwise, we're going to attack... It does, let's see. If we attack for 6 and... We attack for 10 and 10. So it's just really 2 attacks either way. I don't... Yeah, that's good, because now we can actually... we can, because we do the other red, the following turn, if he doesn't draw like a creature or a blocker, we'll be able to bolt a flyer before blocks. So we could also just bolt him now, which means that he has to block with the Nexus. I mean, he has to block with the Nexus either way. Let's see, if I just bolt to Steel Overseer, I guess we can see what we draw. Oh yeah, this will work out great. So we're going to animate, because now we can just kill everything. Yep, we know that's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and attack. Then we'll bolt this. And we'll path this, and that should be it. Sweet. 4-1 competitive league with the list. I guess it's the end. We'll go take a quick review of the list. Hey guys, cutting in here for my sign off and my kind of final wrap up synopsis for this version of Jeskai Geist. I sort of did a follow up on the fly, but you know, as soon as I stopped recording and I started looking at the deck and thinking about it in my head, I realized that I could have better articulated what I wanted to say. Because you know, sometimes when you have a second to think about things, you actually have more concise thoughts than just speaking and thinking, you know, on the fly simultaneously. So this version of Jeskai Geist is a little bit different, and I want to talk about why. And I'm realizing that, you know, there's just so many ways to configure these Jeskai mid-range decks. And, you know, in the past, they ran a lot of cryptic commands. They ran all remands and no card selection and Serum Visions. And they ran 25 lands and things like that. So, you know, it's hard to say this is better than that way or this way is right. I do think that I like Serum Visions in the deck, and I'll probably will never go back to a list that doesn't have it. It's just too good at smoothing out the draws. It's too good at finding sideboard cards. It's too good at, you know, ensuring that you're going to draw the type of removal you want to or the counters you want to, or get rid of removal and set up counters. It's not Ponder, but it's the best thing we have, and it's still a reason to run blue, and it's still great. Okay, but why is this deck a little different? So first thing off, normally a lot of Geist decks in the beginning are just Jeskai mid-range decks would run 25. I had decided that if I was going to run 3 Serum Visions, I could safely run 24. Never had an issue with it outside of normal variants. But here I'm running 23. The main reason I'm running 23 is I just wanted to make a little bit of room for some spells, but I've also lowered the curve a bit. At one point in time, this deck, when it was on 25 lands, had, was it 12 3-drops. It had 3 Vendilion Clicks, 4 Geist of St. Treff, and 3 Electrolyzes. Now we're just down to 6, and we're not even running Electrolyze. The other thing we're not doing is we're not running 4 Colonnades. So because our curve is a little lower, like we have a lot less 3-drops, because we're less reliant, it's not that we were never reliant on Colonnade, and that's kind of my point, but because we have less Colonnades and less 3-drops, we can kind of get away with running a few less lands. Also because the other reason is we have a lot less come into play tap lands, so our mana is just more immediately available. This deck has more velocity in it than the previous versions in that now we have a couple of remans. We have 4 Serum Visions. I really actually like the 4 Leak 2 remand setup. I could even see 3 Leak 3 remand, but I think that Leak's a lot better right now. And one of the reasons that we're getting a little lower to the ground is the format is really fast right now. And so because of that, really the best thing that you can do with this deck is to go like turn 1 bolt whatever it is you play, turn 2 leak whatever it is you play, and then on your 3 play Geist onto an empty board. But because there's so many efficient cards in the format, they may play a couple of creatures. And so you're going to be able to leverage your efficient removal or a Grim Lavamancer once you have 4 mana after you've played Geist to be able to go like bolt your thing, path your thing, hold up a remand, or hold up a leak. Or, Helix a thing, hold up remand. Or Grim Lavamancer, kill a thing, path another thing, hold up leak or remand. That's where we really want to be at, where we really want to be with this deck. But that's another reason that we have these 4 Angels, because what we're really trying to do is, again, go turn 1 bolt, turn 2 leak, turn the corner right then with Geist of St. Treff. That's the idea. So then once you turn the corner, everything sort of all of these cards, for the most part, facilitate clearing away for Geist or coming down before Geist to make sure that something's not in front of him, and then everything above him lets him attack. So if you can't kill everything on the board, you can still attack into it because you have 4 Restoration Angels. But the other thing is, because the format is so fast, one of the reasons that it makes sense to trim down on the Electrolyzes is because here's the thing with Electrolyze. If you untap with Geist and then kill something with Electrolyze, that's great. You're attacking with Geist. It's lovely. But Electrolyze doesn't allow you to then hold up a 2-mana counter. Whereas basically all of these other removal spells do. And some of them you can cast multiple spells a turn. And a lot of times I think that's what you're going to need to do, especially if you're remanding. Meaning, like, if you go like turn 1 bolt and let's say you don't have leak but you have remand and you remand something and then play Geist, they're going to replay it. And you want to make the removal that you draw efficient enough so that if they replay it and something else, you can try to kill both of those things. So that's essentially the deck in a nutshell, I think. That's how it's changed. I feel like, I haven't played enough with it to say it is definitively better than what I was doing before, but it feels really good to me. It feels good, actually, not to have a bunch of Colonnades come into play tapped all the time. And that's something I want to touch on, because in the past I've thought, well, Colonnade's one of our best cards in the deck. Going to run 4 Colonnades. It's like running more spells. You get lands that are also spells. The thing is, having lands come into play tapped is a non-zero cost. Having a bunch of lands that come into play tapped when you kind of want to bolt something and then leak something is a cost. And having a bunch of lands that come into play tapped when you'd maybe rather Serum Visions and or Grim Lavamancer is also a non-zero cost. The other reason we don't really need 4 Colonnades is we're actually a fairly proactive deck. Like, we're an aggro control deck. We're very controlling in the beginning with our burn spells and our counter magic. But then we have 10 creatures here devoted to killing you. And I mean, even the Snapcaster mages we're going to use those to try to kill you. Ideally. So really we just want to kill with Geist. And if we can't kill with Geist, we're going to try to do it with Clicks and Angels. And if we can't do it with Clicks and Angels, we're going to try to do it with Snapcaster mages and bolts. And if all those things don't work, then we're going to try to kill you with Colonnade. And a lot of times the way we use Colonnade is just to help us deal lethal damage. A lot of times it's like, okay, I'm going to attack with Geist once, blink it with a Restoration Angel.
untap, and then I'm going to activate Colonnade, swing with Restoration Angel, Geist of Saintcraft, and Colonnade, and that's enough. And so while there are occasions when having a bunch, Colonnade after Colonnade after Colonnade can be good, we don't need to run 4 like the control decks did because we're just not reliant on it as our only win condition. The old Jeskai control decks had to run 4 because that's the way that they won the game. We have all of these other ways to win the game, so we don't need to run 4. And then because we're not running 4, we don't need to run quite as many lands, and that means we can run like some more efficient spells like Serum Vision so that our deck's more consistent and we find more cards and we smooth out our draws and all of that stuff. So anyway, that's kind of the changes to the deck. I'm pretty fine with the sideboard. I really like having Pithing Needle because it's just so versatile. I didn't know what else to put. I think our counter magic package is completely reasonable. I think the 1 Stony Silence is actually okay. As you saw, like maybe twice this league, we just really don't need Stony Silence to beat Affinity. The only this is too versatile for me not to run it because I bring it in against Tron, I bring it in against Ad Nauseam, I bring it in against Affinity, obviously Lantern if you run into it. But it doesn't really interact with Etched Champion, unfortunately. And of course we could run Shatterstorm, but maybe we just need to commit to running another way to deal with Etched Champion, like this guy. The nice thing is it does kill Master Waves and it also kills Manlands. That's it. I'm pretty happy with this list. I'm going to try to find some friends maybe this weekend to play with over in Paper because I really enjoy playing in Paper. The mana base is a little different. I have another Hollowed Fountain. I just went, cut a Colonnade, added a Hollowed Fountain, and I cut a Ghost Quarter, basically. So, yeah, that's it, guys. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel good. I feel great about going 4-1 in the league. Hopefully, I'll be able to bring you guys along and we can actually 5-0. That's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Draw well, smash face. Talk to you later. Bye.